Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose? This is
Welcome
The
to
Divide.
The Divide with Mike and Corey.
That's your boy Todd Frazier.
Hey guys, I'm Julie Stewart Banks.
Hey, what's up? This is Cliff Floyd. You can catch me on The Divide.
You can catch me on The Divide on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny. And so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do. This is The Divide.
And here we are Friday. It's The Divide live on Fox Sports, The Gambler, 102.5 Philly, 104.1 Trenton. Another remote show, Mike. Another remote show. Oh man. My God. I guess at some point, America, in the last 8 days or 8 days ago, I should say, I caught the COVID. First time. And I
First time, long time.
First time, long time. It was a piece of cake. Yeah. Didn't even know I had it. No, my daughter caught a fever Sunday night, and we thought it was teething. And just for laughs, my wife and I were like, let's just test just to make sure. And she came back negative, and I somehow came back positive. I just remember calling you last Saturday, talking about that I had a stuffy nose and how like just being like marginally or functionally sick is just like the worst. Like you are like, you make promises with God that you'll like, please God, if you just unclog this one nostril, I'll eat healthier. I swear to God. Like it turns
exactly like you just start rethinking everything for sure. And like it's just like, and then you're like, am I gonna be like this for the rest of my life? Like you don't know when it's gonna end when you're functionally sick, because you're not sick enough to take you out of the game. You're in the game and you're still trying to figure it out. And it's the funniest time to be alive. Because you're convinced you're going to be sick for the rest of your life. So yeah, we talked about that on Saturday. And then on Monday, you're like, hey, speaking of functionally sick, I have COVID. And,
it's crazy.
Yeah, we tested out of it. So if my family gets it, it's not from you. But yeah, we all tested to confirm that Corey, although he was in studio on Wednesday, did not affect me at all. So
yeah, I feel so much better about that. I really, I just feel like everybody's getting it. Bert got it, and we haven't seen each other in weeks.
Oh, that's because you're twins, though. That makes sense. Like that's
it's
if
the ESP.
Pain, he feels pain.
That's what it is. Thanks a lot, Bert. I just feel bad just because I interacted with people over 3 days thinking I just had allergies, and in fact I had full blown COVID. Is that even a thing to worry about? Like I understand, like don't get me wrong, dude. When my daughter was sick, I was like, oh God, I gave her COVID. This is gonna be bad. But even after a day, she was like, okay, what's next? Like it was a fever, and then that was pretty much it. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're all now dealing with it, right? I don't think it's ever gonna go away. So I feel as though, I don't know how to feel. I know schools are being hit hard with it right now. Like, if you know you have it and you're doing that, you're a jerk. But if you just think you have the sniffles, like I don't know why we would stay home. Like it's just like like it's not even flu-like symptoms anymore. So it's a give and take. But yeah, if you got a fever and you feel a certain way, like maybe you should seek medical attention. But what do we know? We don't know. We're all just trying to figure this out together. Like we've lost some loved ones, obviously, and that was awful and sad in the beginning. But now you're like, you don't know, and like you said, you got a baby. The last thing you want to do is bring something home. But I'm glad.
We took her to the doctor. Even the doctor was so nonchalant. She was just like, we could test for COVID, but it's definitely viral. It's not going to change how you treat her. So you don't even have to test if you don't want to. And we were like, what? Like even the doctor was like, yeah, it's viral. It doesn't matter. But I tell you one thing, with the Dolphins playing as good as they're doing, in my mind, I was like, is this what we're doing? Am I trading my health so my favorite team can actually win games? Because if that's the case, I would happily be functionally sick for the entire football season and continue to see the Dolphins smoke their team. I
That's
would.
funny.
Would you trade your health or a portion of like how much of Mike Powers would you give up to see the Mets win a World Series?
Parts like
Like
30% of my body, probably. Especially if they like wheeled me out in a wheelbarrow, like that's our guy. He's the reason why we won. I would definitely do that. There's no doubt in my mind, bro. Like it's one
give
of
both arms and never be able to throw a first pitch. It'd be
yeah,
terrible.
I'll use my mouth. Shoot it out like that. You squeeze Corey squeezes my stomach and the ball shoots out. Like, like I don't know, man. Like I would definitely, there goes my hero, definitely would be playing while I did that. So you
Aim
can't
for the
ask
bushes.
that. I'll lick
So
anything. Oh, that sounds terrible. I meant like disease wise, germs wise. Like I
you
didn't
all
mean.
heard it. You all heard it, Philly. The things
Um,
he would do, the things anybody would do for their sports team. Three
well,
teams in the NFL are 3-0
yeah.
right now. You got my Miami Dolphins, the San Francisco 49ers, and of course, Philly, your beloved Eagles are 3-0. Now, the Eagles walk into what I would say is a cakewalk this weekend against the Redskins. The Niners play Arizona, where only the Cowboys lose to Arizona. And the Dolphins probably have the toughest matchup against the Buffalo Bills, but it depends what Bills show up. I mean, I want to say, is this a home? I don't even know if it's home or away. No, it's away. It's in Buffalo, which might as well be Canada. I mean, side Buffalo, would you? But this is going to be a tough matchup for the Dolphins. I see two of the three teams being undefeated after this weekend. Still, the Eagles and the Niners. I don't think my Dolphins are going to pull it off in Buffalo against the Bills. I'm going to be negative here because it's worked for me in the past, but I think their magic runs out a little bit and they get smacked back down to reality.
You got to remember Buffalo lost to the Jets, and that was a Aaron Rodgers 4-play Jets, right? So, everybody's asking for Zach Wilson's head on a silver platter. So I mean, it's just you got to keep in mind, like Dolphins definitely right now look so much better than the Jets still would, even with Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know, man. I agree. The Dolphins have the hardest road to go 4-0, but I like my odds. I like my chances. And how great is that? Like we're talking about the Dolphins.
Oh my
Are
God.
they going to be 4-0? Like how that's awesome. That's
They
awesome.
haven't had a start like that in the last, I want to say, 6 or 7 years to be 4-0. But Buffalo's put up 37 and 38 points in their last two contests. Now, granted, it was against Las Vegas and Washington, but that's still a lot of points to put up against a professional football team. So I feel like Buffalo took it on the chin for that first week, that Monday night loss against Zach Wilson. And they're gonna start playing how Buffalo should or is meant to play. But we'll see, man. I couldn't be more happy with how the Dolphins are playing. I know Eagles fans, you guys got to be happy about how Philadelphia, the Eagles are playing. I mean,
They're not though. They're finding the flaws. Eagles Twitter is hilarious, man. Like they're just like, Hurts hasn't played well. Like every scenario, like you're 3-0, dude. Like talk about a city who forgot like how hard it is to win,
well,
right?
how do they
Like,
even want him to play? I mean, anybody could play better, but he's not
no.
playing bad football. Yeah, he's not running it in for 3 touchdowns and throwing for over 300, but he hasn't had to. So I don't
And
understand how you could be upset about that.
also, to be fair, like the oily wheel, the squeaky wheel gets the oil or whatever. So like that's the Twitter fans that are the biggest mouthpieces. But you know what I mean? Like it's any team that's 3-0, you can't be mad, especially in NFL. The undefeated team right now, like you got to feel good. And if I'm the Dolphins or the Eagles, I'm feeling good. If I'm the Niners, obviously that's feeling great right now. There's so many
Yeah.
other opportunities out there where people are questioning. I mean, look at the New York teams. It's an absolute joke. It's
Oh
like
my
who's
God.
worse, Daniel Jones or Zach Wilson?
They're
Like
breaking it down by dollar amount. Like I'll take Zach Wilson just because I'm not paying him anything.
yo,
Daniel Jones is making millions of
yeah,
dollars.
I was dying, dude. There's this scenario where like there's a percentage of completion for Zach Wilson
Oh God.
when the O-line doesn't crumble, right?
Uh-huh.
And most quarterbacks average about 70% completion when the O-line stays strong. he's still at 7%. There's a zero missing. There's a zero missing. He's at
You-
7%. Like,
I just he stinks. There's no way around it. But
yeah,
like I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. How you feel? You made it to the pros. You just getting there. You beat out so many other guys, but your
yeah,
team is openly taking letters and these quarterbacks just cold calling them, saying like,
yeah,
"Yeah, we want to come play. We want to come play," and then they're actually listening to what some of these guys have to say. So it's funny to me that you have Zach Wilson, who was a backup quarterback, but is now just waiting for like Trevor Simeon or somebody else to come in and have no place to do what he does. But I think
yeah,
that's funny. I can't imagine sitting. Just imagine if the two of us were just sitting and waiting for our replacement for the
yeah.
show. Just
Uh,
like, yeah, no, like if they told us, if they called us at the Gambler and was like, yeah, no, we're just taking in, we're interviewing guys for the new Divide hosts. That's what we're doing. But you guys continue to do the show until we find these
keep doing
guys.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
you gotta be crazy.
and we're just sitting here promising we'll do better. Like,
Yeah,
because that's what Zach Wilson's doing right now,
I
which is like,
promise.
I promise I'll do better. But also, like, dude, I get the only thing I could ever like in my life really associate this with is like Willy Wonka, where the like Zach Wilson was like, I want a Snozzberry now, like or whatever, like Veruca Salt or whatever her name was, like the one spoiled girl
Yeah,
that
the one
like
that turns into a blueberry or whatever it is.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's all I could equate this to, and to be honest with you, like apparently, like his little brother's better than he is at football, and we're about to experience a Wilson 2.0 once he makes it into the pros. So, yeah, man, it's nuts. What's also nuts is that we're about to experience a situation that I never thought we would ever experience in our lives.
Do
And
we have
Aaron
to?
Rodgers, the guy who was supposed to sell tickets to Jets games, is going to sell less tickets to Jets games than Taylor Swift.
This is insane to me, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. I'll call I know stuff about sports is taking some heat right now, because
A lot of heat. High
they
heat.
called the fan base crazy, but it is. The fan base is absolutely insane. Did you see any video from the Chiefs game?
Yeah,
The
I saw her like cursing in front of. I don't think I've cursed in front of your mom as much as Taylor cursed in front of her new boyfriend's mom in the
Well,
first
to be
meet.
fair, I'll pander
Yeah.
here. Taylor Swift can do whatever she wants. I mean, I don't care. She can turn and spit on Mama Kelsey for all that. She's Taylor Swift. But
Fair.
the behind the scenes stuff, I saw videos, the amount of people, mainly women, waiting outside of that suite or whatever area leads to that suite. It looked like they were trying to get backstage at a concert. Now, mind you, nobody knew she was going to be there until she showed up. So I'm guessing as soon as these Swift fans that heard she was at the game, you left your seat to line up in an area that was gated off to catch a glimpse and take a picture on your phone of Taylor Swift. Like, you paid for a football game, watch the football game. It's insane to me. So now what you're talking about is Sunday Night Football against the Jets. Tickets sold out as soon as they announced that Taylor Swift would be in attendance. Do you understand how crazy that is? How
Yeah.
crazy of a fan base do you have to where they're going to buy tickets? And it's not even like if she's performing at the Super Bowl, you buy tickets to see her halftime performance. She's not even performing. You bought tickets to maybe catch her or catch a glimpse of her on the big jumbotron when the camera pans to her.
That's pretty
Like,
much it. She's not performing at halftime. She's
No.
not doing anything. She's not even going to be on the sidelines where you can watch her the entire game. Dude,
It's insane. Kelsey jerseys went up 400% in sales. Tickets for Chiefs games have doubled and tripled depending on the game. And there's no guarantee that she's going to be at any of them. It's
No.
absolutely mind-blowing. That's a crazy fan base. That's where some of these people need psychological help. If my daughter or anybody, son, daughter, fan were to say, "Hey, I need tickets for a football game." "Oh, you're going to go watch Kansas City play?" "Oh no, I heard Taylor Swift's going to be there, so I want to be there." Like,
Right.
do you understand how crazy? Like, I'm not a fan of people chasing around celebrities with their phones and all that stuff. Like, we've been to meet and greets before. I feel embarrassed to be like, hey, can we get a picture? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
how
Right.
we
Right.
always
Yeah.
wait until like the very end to where we're like,
Oh yeah.
do you
No.
mind? Because it's like we
Yeah.
just hate. I can't imagine just being that into an artist to where you're buying tickets for a different event and they just happen to be there. Like it's wild. Like there's celebrities. We went to the Hall of Fame. We went to a couple Hall of Fame games out in
Mhm.
Canton. And there's always celebrities there. Like the one time we went, there was Usher was there for some
Right.
like that would be like if we bought tickets to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony because we heard
Just
that for
sure.
other exactly,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
it's insane. These
No.
Swifties are ruining the game of football. Forget about Travis Kelsey. You're it, as a father or just a person that wants to buy tickets and enjoy the game. If I was a Jets fan, I would be so pissed. You have a
Yeah.
miserable season so far. You have to watch Zach Wilson. Kansas City comes to town for a Sunday night football game, and you think that you have an affordable game to take them to because tickets are dirt cheap. And then it's announced that Taylor Swift is going to be there and it
Yeah.
skyrockets. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's exactly a lot of Jets fans right now. Like they're like, at least we'll be able to see games again because like even my brother, like he was like with Aaron Rodgers, like we're not gonna be able to go to many games.
Yeah.
Like, now he's gone and they're like, we could go to any game and now to insert Taylor Swift. So dude, it's hilarious. I don't know. Like I was just thinking about all the times I've been to games and there's a celebrity there and they like show them on the Jumbotron. And like you never forget those moments, like it's a big deal. Like, hey, I was at a game the same time Aaron Judge was at a Knicks game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you'll never forget that. But also, like you shouldn't be buying tickets just because of that. The Kelsey
Dude.
Pod is now ranked number 1 in their podcast category, which is hilarious. Travis Kelsey has grown to 300,000 more followers than he had prior to that, and I'm sure that number has increased as we
Absolutely.
sit here right now.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Even Monday night game, like it's the Eagles. It has his brother's playing, but the minute DeAndre Swift is just doing his thing, running the ball, and they're like, "Oh, we can't help but notice there's a Kelsey and a Swift on the field." I'm like, "Are you serious? We're doing this now?" Like,
Unreal.
it's absolutely crazy.
Not to mention, it's going to be a terrible game. The
Yeah.
fact, and I know the NFL does not flex games this early, but the fact that that's still a Sunday night game is
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's
It is.
probably helped it to stay a Sunday night game is the fact that Taylor Swift is going to be there. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be like the last game against Chicago last week when they were there. It was like at one point, I think it was 41-3 or something like that. It's going to be another terrible football game.
Yeah.
Awful. I can't, man. That would be like if I bought Yankee tickets and was hoping that Jay-Z was going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's
weird. I mean, look, like if he's
stupid.
performing like after it, like all about it. Like honestly, I almost went to the Phillies game where Shaq was DJing after it. Like and like I even texted Brace and Buster from Q102 and I was like, "Yo, let's do this. Like Shaq Diesel's going to be there. Let's go to the game." And like, it didn't pan out, but like I understand performances connected to games, but not on the NFL level, like, and just not at this situation. Imagine if she did the halftime for the Super Bowl because we just found out she's not doing it.
Right.
And imagine if she was. Forget it. It looked
You would have no football fans there. She
No,
broke Ticketmaster. She broke it. Every robot that gets tickets before you, she broke that. And people were going insane. You can't get a Taylor Swift face value ticket. You're paying at least 4 times as much for the nosebleeds. And much respect. She's a very talented human being. That's why she has such a big following. But to have a following like that, to buy tickets to a football game just to hope to see you, that's a scary thing. And if I was Taylor Swift, I would be nervous to go anywhere with those types of fans.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you see the popcorn box or whatever? People were saying she was inside it, like because that's what she does.
Yeah, to try to go back. I don't blame her.
Yeah, they're gonna see a dumpster outside. Taylor's in there.
We should. I swear to God, man, this is unreal. She's gonna break the internet on Sunday. I'm gonna sit down after a long day and just want to watch some football, and all I'm gonna hear about is Taylor Swift. It's gonna be great, Swifties. It's going to be amazing. We got to take a short break. We'll let you guys digest on this Taylor Swift news. When we come back, we're going to talk about some gas station news and how is Wawa even Wawa anymore? We're going to have a quick rundown, Philly. Catch us next. This is Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.